Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to work well for me. Realistically, I did need a hysteresis switch. That's a shame. It only flicks on for a fraction of a second. Well, actually, no, these are already turned on. So... they weren't doing much, though. Oh, I don't have enough pressure in here yet. Let's set this to... okay. Set it to half that pressure. Oh, is it not using my... no, it is not. Unfortunately, it wasn't allowing me to type that in properly. The moment this hits the right heat, that will start dumping gas up there. Okay, I don't think we're going to need more petroleum for a second. Let's set this one all the way up to full. Got a decent amount of petroleum just sat there now. That should be enough to fill the remaining pipes. We'll see, though. There we go. This will be able to take an enormous amount of heat now. Moving tiny amounts of steam, though. Oh, no. It's properly turned on. Right, the whole system... yeah, there we are. The whole system's active. These aren't... right, okay, so that little kick is when they've received the signal saying they're allowed to run, but the steam isn't hot enough for them to run. So they can't do anything with it yet. Turbine too hot. Okay, interesting. Oh, of course, these are dumping out a lot of heat. But we did see some steam make its way over to the rocket. 36 kilograms of 900 kilograms. Not quite where we want it to be, but we'll get there. Coming out of 120. This is going in 145. Well, the idea here was that this would cool it down, but realistically, I'm actually heating it up from the liquid that's going in. I should have thought about that. I'd need a second aqua tuner for managing this loop. Honestly, what I should have done, and I may have to crack this open in order to do it now, but what I should have done is had this functioning purely to cool these down, but this running heat from here, essentially, like 170 degree bunker tiles, down into the room. And it is generating the steam, which is ultimately what I wanted it to do, but we'll watch. Yeah, 2 aquas would absolutely have been better, I think. Okay, we no longer need all of this petroleum that has been dumped in there. That was very nice to have, but it's no longer a requirement anymore. Instead, what we want is this. So let's get that built as a high priority. It will then start dumping petroleum back into the generators, and that will get the whole system working a little bit smoother. I don't need sand. Right, well, while all that's happening, we can have a look down here and see how this is going. I am going to need this insulated gas pipe to move around the system. And honestly, I think it's going to need to move around the system more in this direction. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. Alright, hopefully that'll get built relatively quickly. We got more than enough petroleum in here. We've now got 1.3 tons of petroleum available that I can pitch a pump to where they need to be. That should be fine. Right, time for us to actually look at the star map now then. So, too far for this rocket. Total range is 1,348. This is 10,000. So we are going to need a lot of steam in there. Okay. Well, let's allow it to keep going. It's got 197 kilos of steam in there. It can almost certainly get it up high enough. I'm not sure if the temperature of the steam matters or not. That part I'll have to find out, I guess. But we're about to stop pumping steam in there because we're about to have dropped below the required threshold for more water to be added. Sorry, for the vents to be active. There we go. A bunch of new water was added. Steam pressure is nice and high. This is already adding more steam in there. There we are. And as it flickers, we've got about 15 kilos of steam. And every time that drops below 10, more water is allowed to enter the system. Right now, those shouldn't really be active. They are not good. The petroleum here is 128 degrees. Over here, it's coming in at 140. It's going to take a while for it to cool everything down to the amount that it needs to be. We will get there. It's leaching a lot of heat out of these materials. I could replace them back with this so that it allows that to cool down a little bit more, and then we'll generate a little bit of power from the steam, but I'm okay with this, forcing this to work really hard right now. Eventually, like, once we've got our first rocket launch or two, we'll be fine with it. Though, on that note, I need to prepare the suit, don't I? Or do I? What kind of... Do I need a special suit for astronauts? It's jetpacks. Chat, do I need a special suit for my astronauts to wear? Atmosuit dock, atmosuit checkpoint. Jetsuit dock. No, I don't. Okay, phew. Right here. Just a skill normally. Okay. The turbines can be made of more or less anything. Mine are made of copper. I'm not sure if gold amalgam would be something you can make them out of. Sorry, it's really loud there. No, it has to be a refined metal, but copper's easy enough. Plenty of petroleum is now making its way into the system. So we're getting enough power to keep things rolling, at least. Now, we have added an awful lot of the transit tube docks. And that's part of the reason why our power demands have gotten really bad. Errands. There we go. Maybe not. Where on earth are you going? Oh, collecting igneous rock. Okay, fair enough. That's the most circuitous route that you could possibly have taken, but okay. Now, as for this area, I want... Down here is going to be a bit of a CO2 and other gases sump, so that's fine. But I want a rec room. I basically want all of the items that we have over here, so that includes a hospital. We want a recreation room, a hospital. Has this been had... No, it's got water. It does not have... Oh. No, it does have it, I guess. Oh, there we are. Delivered the CO2. There we are. Perfect. But we want a recreation room. We want somewhere where people can relax, like a massage area. And we want an atmospheric stock in order for them to exit. But the atmospheric stock needs to be beyond a park area, so that they get the bonus from... Like, it doesn't need to be big. It can be a tiny little area like this. And that will be more than enough for us. But there needs to be... Oh, I know, CO2 Badlands. There needs to be 24 Atmosuit docks. Which is an awful lot, as you can well imagine. How big is 24 tiles? So, 1, 2... That's 5. 5. 5. 5. So we need to be longer than this entire section for that. Ugh. So the entire floor has to be Atmosuit docks for it to work. It's kind of annoying. Not gonna lie. We can still make it happen, but it's kind of a potch. I want this bottom area. This area is going to have a lot of CO2 in it. It's just the way it's going to be. This will be where I'll have things like my filtration system. There will be some polluted oxygen. It will get in there. one way or another. There's just no real way of getting out of that. I could have those external to the compound, I suppose. Let's work on the actual parts that I know I want. So we are definitely going to be having some sort of recreational area over here that will go all the way, more or less, over to this point. Now, I will be moving that, obviously, later on, but actually, you know what? Why am I making it out of solid tile when I can happily make it out of something like gold amalgam? Sorry, carpet. I think carpet in the rec hall would be ultra swank. We want a recreation hall, we want a hospital, and we want a massage area. The hospital, we don't need a very large area for that. There's only a couple of things that we want to put in there. But I could dedicate a whole floor to it, I suppose. You know, I've got enough room. I can make it an amazing area. But I feel that I could, with the room that we've got here, that I could fit a massage area over here. Lay down the groundwork for that. Now, what do we want in the massage area? I don't think we need more than this. We basically never have problems. I know, famous last words, but, you know, it is what it is. Can I make this out of something more ultra swank? Deco plus 20%, sure. We'll have ceramic massage tables, because why not? One there, one there. That would go here. Then we'd have this there to provide a door. And once again, we'll have carpeted tiles across this area otherwise. So this then would be our position for our hospital. That would be gold amalgam there. I need to make sure that CO2 can sink out of these rooms. How we set up the hospital, though, is a bit of a quandary. I want 2 beds, 2 dining tables, a sink, and a lavatory. In the meanwhile, I suppose I could just go ahead and pop down the... got so much gold amalgam on me as well. The showers. Shower in here as well. Of course, the stairs are kind of in the way there, but I'll pop that down a bit. Next up, we want a lavatory. Made of gold amalgam once again. Because why not? Lavatory there. And finish that off then with a sink. With room for a very nice decoration in between the lavatory and the sink. Oh, there is refined carbon in the game, yep. That is absolutely a thing in the game. Oh dear. Really? Did you just do that to yourself? You're an idiot. I hope you appreciate that. I mean, the trick is in the name. O2 and CO2. There's lots of ways that, you know, that you'd be able to change that up in real life between one and the other. Would it be efficient? Almost certainly not. The amount of effort you'd have to go to would be extreme, I would imagine. I awaken to find an Aavak streaming as I have a nice hot cup of tea. Well, that's fantastic. I hope the tea is plentiful. How are we doing over here? We are at full capacity! Oh! Happiest of days! The steam is now cycling back and forth. Gas overpressure, so it's not going to be able to get back in. So this is going to just fill this whole system up. The steam is just going to be sat there, but that's okay. But it is now time, peeps. It is time. We have been waiting for this moment. A Draclet. No, we shan't be taking anything. Bye-bye. I need someone to go to space. Shelley or James KM? I think it comes down to one or t'other of you. James has got 32 points. Shelley's got 39. Needed 24. Needed 24. I mean, you're both basically the same amount of skills, I think. Yeah, you're both exactly the same amount of skills. Who are we sacrificing to the void? Well, that is the question, isn't it? It's going to be one of our scientists. Obviously, it's a research mission. We've got a bunch of research components on it. It can reach us. Our total thrust will be able to get us a little bit further as well. It wouldn't get us this far, sadly, but we'd be able to get over here, at the very least, and bring back some interesting gizmos and gadgets. Sad thing is, we've built this huge complex in order to be able to run this thing, and the reality is, we're probably going to need to expand it in order to stick a cargo container on it. Make sure to bring food and oxygen up there. This is not the spaced out DLC, so we don't have that. So, yeah. Also, who dat and what they do? Ainsley Darrow, thank you ever so much for that tip. That's incredibly kind of you. But we may as well go to this asteroid. That's fine. Send the red shirts. Well, I mean, I don't consider any of them red shirts, really. But it has to 100% be one of our scientists. All right, chat. I need your help. James or Shelley? Comes down to that. James or Shelley? Make your choice known in chat right now. Okay. You know, I could do a poll if you need a poll for it, but I'm fine with just eyeballing it. Shames, I see. Shelby, both. Jelly. Maybe I should make a bloody poll. I forgot who I'm dealing with. But we're going to go with the first. Prismatic Flux, said James, before anyone else said anything. So there you go. Rocket piloting, suit wearing. In fact, I'm going to give it to both of you so you don't feel left out. But this one is going to be... Oh, James. Insufficient resources, Atmos suit +1. Oh, do I need to... I got to put an Atmos suit in here? No astronaut assigned, missing Atmos suit. Oh, okay. Let's go make one then. Exosuit Forge. Could I please have an Atmos suit made of iron? Pop. Go forth. Make me this Atmos suit. Put her on a 7. Put all of the devices on a 7, actually. Skill Scrubber. That one doesn't need a 7. That should be an 8. Not a 9. Why are these 9s? That is 1000% wrong. Okay, Filthy V and James is bringing the materials for his own suit. I approve. Strap Shelly to the hull. No. Scallywaggery of the highest order. Truly. Well, let's just make sure that this is going to work properly. This is keeping them open. This is an ore gate. Yes, so once this sees the ship coming back, it'll send the signal. I need... Sends green signal when the rocket launch checklist is complete. Otherwise, it sends a red signal. Red signal await launch command. Green signal launch rocket. I mean, I could automate it. I'm going to set this so that this controls the gantries. The gantries will be pulled once this has got everything it needs. Because once this moves, this will turn red. So these will always be retracted until the rocket lands, and then the gantries should activate again. That's my guess. I could be very, shockingly very wrong. Do I need to make this a steel? Oh, that's a good point, actually. Are these wires going to have to survive temperatures? Oh, that's a good point. Because this is going to be moving up through them. I'm going to assume that the copper wires... We'd need a very high... I don't think this is... If it's running on steam, it's not going to be producing temperatures at the sort of level that it would be required to melt these cables. That I don't believe. Excuse me. Actually, that would be a much better design right there. Please get this done super fast. Hang on a sec. What just happened then? Oh, no. Nothing. We're fine. Oh, wow. Dot Enzo and Bob are doing a really good job. Whereas Huey, Dewey, and Louie, they are not doing a good job. They have got regolith all over the bloody place. But look at you guys. You're cleaning up so well. We're waiting on James no matter what because we need this to be loaded. Well. Huh. So, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. So yeah, how about how about we deconstruct that for now until this is hooked up properly? Yeah, I think that would be wise. Yep, I really do. Let's get that done. Poop. Actually, you know what? I need a signal to tell this to launch. I take it. Unless I can say launch. I don't think I can. I think I need a signal to tell it to launch no matter what. Chat, could you confirm that for me? Do I need a signal to instruct the ship to go? Because if so... We are actually going to have to dig this up. Automation signal on the launch pad? I mean, I see the signal on the command capsule. I don't see anything on the launch pad. I think you're thinking of the full spaced out DLC. Yeah, this is base game, but with the spaced out changes on the top, because I didn't want to just not finish this base, basically. So we've got the big merge active. The gantry retracted on red. You're going to need a NOT gate. No. Yes, actually. Good point. Very good point. We indeed will. And automation. In before, though, this all gets trashed super easily. Aavak, what do you think will justify this space is done? Completing one of the main objectives, basically. Either getting to the temporal tear or building the monument. We're going to need an awful lot of steel to do that. We can start working on it, but... realistically, my main focus is getting to space, though. I'm not building with that. No, I'm building with copper. We've focused on that quite a lot. On whether I needed to make it out of steel to survive the exhaust, but then it was like, hang on, the exhaust is steam. And I know what temperature it is because I pumped it in there. I'm assuming that's how it works. Oh dear. What's happening here? What happened there? Is the steam too hot? Hold damage? Yes, yes it is. Despite being insulated, it's cooling down. I don't know why the liquid vent is damaged, though. Oh, of course. I did. It's because it turned into steam in there. Well, there's no way for me to easily fix that. Except there might be. Let's deconstruct this. I may be able to squeeze in and get that fixed. Now, the problem with this is it overpressurizes it at 2K. So I'd need to keep the overall pressure in here below 1.5K, which just is not feasible realistically, but we'll see. But I think it's fair to say that can't really afford that to be going there. I basically need to empty this liquid back out. That's annoying. I'm bringing plenty of fresh water in, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem, but effectively I can't have that liquid pipe there. No astronaut assigned is the only issue we have now over here. More or less. What meant to be sandstone? Oh, right, okay, the pipes here. Oh, the gas pipes, yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. Though that would explain why that is not holding... Ah. Yes, it does matter. I would have imagined I'd have made them out of igneous rock, but apparently not. We should be able to reach in there and repair that, I'm hoping, through the corner, but sometimes it can be a little bit finicky with that sort of thing. I was running out of igneous at one point, yeah. Because usually when I make anything out of insulation or to be insulated, I use igneous, so I was a little bit surprised with that. But yeah, I probably just ran out of it. I'm adding so many 9s. Oh, Ica would be happy, but I feel bad. I feel dirty. Filthy bad. Let's see what we can do. Right. Now, let's just go ahead and get rid of this pipe. Then I'll rebuild that pipe to lead in this direction. That doesn't need to be there, though. Very much hope that we can reach this. Yeah, it's just waiting delivering. There we go. Always shenanigans, yep. Always. The reason why I've got such a big thing against 9 is that so many people just put everything at 9 all the time, and the more things that they want done, the more things they add as 9. The thing is, if you got everything on high priority, then nothing is high priority. Putting in the Decay said, so your circuit wire will get destroyed with a rocket unless it's made of steel. Is that true of a steam rocket as well? I mean, I can go ahead and replace it, but I kind of assumed that steam rockets are going to be using the 115 degree steam that's inside them. Or is it going to be adding heat to the steam? My boss is feeling personally attacked right now. Oops. The steam room was having a wee bit of trouble, let's say. Right, there we go. That is hooked up. Let's get this once again on a 9. This is going to allow us to start pulling atmosphere out of this room. Sadly, the steam in here is going to just keep getting colder. So I desperately need them to get this sorted quickly. Coal. I will take coal. Actually, I should probably have gone from the aluminium, really, but... That's all set up to some degree now, so let's get that out. If we can. But we're going to continue having issues with the steam, because the steam is going to continue to lose temperature. But I think... Right, we need A, to turn that off, because I don't want to launch it. B, let's get that across. Maybe it is on a 9, good. Alright. I think we may be good to go. Obviously, I'm still trying to get the pipes replaced, but, you know, it'll happen. I could just dump the steam out that's currently in the pipes, but I kind of want not to. Yeah, this steam is just shedding heat. Constantly. I guess it matters the temperature of the pipes, to be fair. Okay, well, this is a lesson that I should have been prepared for, because I've already learned this lesson a few times before. Not to control for this. I think what we're going to have to do is just going to have to bite the bullet, let all of the steam out, just vent the whole room, and get ready to control that a little better. But right now, let's get James assigned. We're going to launch the mission, and before it gets back, hopefully we'll get everything sorted. Because right now we're generating a lot of repair jobs.